Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what Sergeant Johnson looks like when he's infected alive by the Flood. So, previously, a long time ago, people discovered that if you save Sergeant Johnson on the mission Halo, and then after he beat a guilty spark, he'll still be alive and everything, he can actually get killed by the Flood, and then infected by the Flood infection forms, and turn into Flood combat form. But this only happens when he's dead, and we never got to see what he looks like when he's infected alive, and a lot of people have actually requested that, so that's what we'll be taking a look at for today's video, to see what he looks like when he's infected alive. But before we get into that, I want to announce a quick giveaway from my sponsor, Instant Gaming, the link for which you can find in the description below. All you have to do is click on the link, enter a game you would like to win, any game you want, and then click some of the additional blue buttons for more chances to win, and that's it. You're entered in a contest to win the game of your choice. So make sure to act fast because this giveaway is for a few weeks only. Alrighty, so let's get right back into this. So with Johnson, to get infected by the Flood, it's pretty easy actually, and really barely any modding was required at all for this. Because Johnson is actually, as far as the game is concerned, he's just a regular Marine, just with a different model, that's all. He's a Marine variant. He doesn't actually have like his own special biped or anything. So that's why all I had to do was just spawn Johnson. The reason why he can't normally be infected alive in the game is because he's scripted to not be infected. He's supposed to be like mostly invincible, and that's why he can't be infected alive at least. But after you save Johnson from dying, then he's kind of like beyond what the game is expecting him to be. He's supposed to be dead by then, so the game doesn't really have much to handle Johnson at that point. So that's why, whatever scripting was there to keep him from getting infected when he's dead, I'm guessing, it's no longer in effect after that point, because he's not supposed to be alive after that point. So that's why that glitch happens, I'm assuming. But anyways, since we spawned him here, he's not scripted to not get infected. So he's just a regular old Johnson Marine now. So that's why he can get infected easily this way, without much modding, like I said. All the other times to get other characters infected, we've had to do a little bit of extra modding to make them infectable. We had to add a few things here and there. But with Johnson, it's pretty easy. But as you can see here, he can get infected alive just fine. So you guys can finally see now what he looks like when he's infected alive. So right now I'm just going to show you in slow motion both animations for Johnson getting infected. There's the first one where he, the infection form crawls into him and starts changing him, and then he gets down on his knees while being infected, and he snaps his own neck. So there's been a lot of debate actually in previous videos about this animation. When I did like the ODST squads being infected, I thought it was the Flood infection form forcing them to snap their necks so that they can't. They die instantly so that they can't consciously resist the Flood infection as much, so it should make the infection quicker. But other people told me that it's actually, the reason why they snap their necks is because, it's so incredibly painful that they do that to, put themselves out their own misery to end the pain. But I don't know, like, which one's actually the case. I really still think that it's because, the infection form is forcing them to do it to make the process quicker. But I don't know. It could be either one. Or it could even be both, really. But anyways, here's the second animation. This one, like, the infection form crawls in, and, Johnson's just squirming in pain, basically, and then he drops to the ground. I guess he dies at that point, and then turns into an infection form. Into a Flood combat form. So that's basically it. Now, there's one more thing I do want to show with Johnson getting infected, because there is one more version of Johnson that we actually don't get to see very often. This is the one after he gets shot by Guilty Spark. You can see he actually has a hole in his chest, right there. It's actually a very detailed hole actually, and I'm, like I said in the previous video, the video about 12 more things you never noticed in Halo 3. I was actually pretty surprised that Bungie put that in Halo 3. It's something you almost never see. During the boss fight, if you look closely at Johnson's chest, you can see it, yeah, but then that's the only other time. In cutscenes, the camera's always just, the angle's always wrong so that you can't see the hole in his chest in the cutscenes. So really, it's a model that was pretty unnecessary. Bungie didn't have to include this model, and nobody would have ever been the wiser, essentially. But, you know, Bungie put a lot of attention to detail in their games, as you've seen in some of my previous videos. So, you know, including this, it's another little interesting detail that they've added to Johnson. So, we're going to infect it with a flood. And, you know, because he already has a hole in his chest, I guess it makes it easier for the flood to infect him, because they just need to go into that hole. No need to burrow a new hole. Now, of course, when this version of Johnson gets infected, it's really the same as all the other versions. I just wanted to show you guys that little special model that a lot of people probably have never noticed before in Halo 3. But it's otherwise the same. It's going to have the same animations. It's going to be randomized a little bit, but, you know, like I said, it's going to be the same. But yeah, so there you guys have it. You finally see what Johnson looks like when he gets infected by the Flood alive. And, you know, it's basically the same as all the other Marines and stuff, but a lot of people have requested to see what it looks like alive because they haven't seen it before. They've only seen him infected dead. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, as always, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts and comments, anything else you want me to check out, just let me know there, and I'll do my best to look into it when I get a chance. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.